I want to talk about some ways that you can actually get access to free books for your child. And if you've come onto this video because you're thinking, what about me? I'm an adult. You can get free books for yourself with these tips as well. Now, the very obvious way of accessing free books, of course, is the good old library. Yes, it's true that many libraries across the country have closed down for a number of reasons, funding, poor usage, and so on. But many libraries are still very much open. And of course, you can borrow books for whatever loan period, whether it's 2 weeks, a month, or whatever your library does. And it is absolutely free. I think there's something quite magical about taking a child to the library and seeing them immersed in a whole area full of books. Even the most reluctant of readers, they're bound to gravitate towards a book or two that is of interest to them. So I think it's very important that children are able to experience going to the library. Now, I want to talk about the Libby app. So before we carry on with this amazing video, please remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications so that you will get notified every time a new Geek School video goes up. Enjoy! So I went along to one of my local libraries. I live in a very interesting area. I literally can access, I think it's about 4 libraries, and the drive to each of them ranges from 10 to 15 minutes, which I think is amazing. But one of them had this bookmark, and I want to use it to show you the icon. And of course, this is going to be flipped, isn't it? I didn't think of that. But it's called the Libby app, Libby. And basically, once you have your library card, you need never set foot in a library again if you choose not to, because you can connect the Libby app to your library card and amazingly borrow books electronically to the app and actually read the books on the app. I think it's absolutely amazing. So what does it mean reading electronically? Think of it like a Kindle. You know, if you have a Kindle, books are digital, aren't they? Like an EPUB, Kindle, or PDF format. Basically, you can actually read the books electronically on the app. So you connect your library card to the Libby app and then borrow books from your library. I think it's ingenious. What I find very peculiar, though, is that you still have to borrow the book for a time period, just like you would at the physical library. Now, that did make me chuckle a bit because I thought, well, it's electronic, but I guess they have to do that. Otherwise, it's like giving the book free to the world. Publishers would not agree to be part of the process if that were the case. So clearly there has to be a time frame for the books to be loaned and then to be returned. The Libby app is one that I highly recommend. Next on the list then is the Kindle. Now, if your child is preparing for the 11 plus exams, for instance, or their secondary school age, I can't recommend the Kindle app enough. First of all, there are free classics that you can download onto your Kindle for free. Literally, all you need to do is type in free children's classics on Amazon. They all seem to have a very strange looking front cover. You're going to see a green book with a cream strip. It's not your normal front cover design. What you need to look out for is the zeros, which say it's free. So you could get Black Beauty, Treasure Island, you know, all of those amazing classics for free, and basically download them all. I have got thousands of books on my Kindle. If you have a Kindle, you'd understand this, is linked to an Amazon account. Now, if you are an Amazon Prime customer, you would get access to something called Kindle Unlimited. And very often you're able to load up a number of books at any given time onto your Kindle. Once you see another, let's just say it's 6 or something, I'm not sure what the number is because I share my account with the family. There's a particular child of mine who loves to just keep swapping the books and just using up everything. So basically, you can get books, some of them are brand new. It's not all, the old classics and so on. Even magazines, you can, check them in on your Kindle Unlimited, and then, you'd need to deactivate the book or the magazine in order to get another one. So that's a really great way of accessing free books. Now, I want to talk about those who are visually impaired. Now, the Royal National Institute for the Blind has a bookstore online where, those who have any kind of visual impairment can actually download the books. So you obviously have to register, and you've got to prove that you have a genuine impairment. And literally you can access not only reading books, but even academic books and so on. So the RNIB bookstore is one that you should definitely think about. So then you have got free online bookstores and audio bookstores. So audiobooks tends to be something that isn't really spoken so much of. However, that audiobooks are a great way to help children with their reading as well, because, many parents think that to help a child to read means that that child needs to be reading all the time, but they actually learn quite a lot from listening to others read, their parents, teachers, audiobooks, and so on. It really does help them. So literally head over to Google and just type in free audiobooks, free ebooks, and so on. Now, if you have an electronic device, generally, you can open up a PDF of a book and read it. You can actually even email a PDF to your Kindle app or the Kindle device, and it comes up like it would normally in the app. So that's a really good one to use. Then we have got LibriVox. It's basically a community of volunteers, who basically record books and texts and so on for free distribution. So it's a really great way to get a lot of audiobooks basically for children and for yourself. So there really is no reason not to be reading, whether the energy prices are going sky high, inflation is going off the roof, or whatever the case may be, reading doesn't need to stop. You can access books in so many different ways. And while I'm here on the subject of reading, I want to talk about our Classics Readers Club. We paused this at Geek School for some time so that we could focus on, the year 6s who have sat their grammar school exams and are finishing up on their independent school exams. However, I have been inundated with messages here on our Geek School YouTube channel, to my email, our Geek School WhatsApp. Basically, parents have been demanding for it to come back, and so we have opened the club, and what we've done this time is actually opened more slots. So at the moment we are working with year 3 students, year 4 students and year 5 students. Now, the idea is that they have either a 45-minute or 1 hour reading session online. Obviously, a tutor will be online. I will be taking some of those classes as well. It'd be lovely to meet some of you. And basically what we will be doing is not only reading the text, but discussing the text, looking at vocabulary, trying to unpick some of the old English way of writing, which so many children find troublesome. You know, especially the children who bemoan how boring some types of books are. Usually it's because they just don't understand the text, or they don't understand why it's so long-winded. But once we decode all of that, they start to see the beauty of these books, and opens up a new world of possibilities. Creativity, you know. Reading will help your child improve their vocabulary, their spelling, their grammar, and it will also help them with their creative writing. So it's something that needs to be at the core, not only for 11 plus exam preparation, but in general, because children who read a lot just find work easy, because they're able to read and understand. So it goes across subjects. It's not just limited to English and creative writing. So it's a skill that everybody should have, really, the ability to read and understand, read at a good pace, and so on. So I'm very excited. I will obviously leave a link in the description here, and you can, you know, obviously go along and check out the Classic Reading Club. They are very limited spaces though, because, oh my goodness, because literally we need to be able to manage it, really. So you need to act quite fast if you want your child to access it. And because it's on a rolling subscription, which of course can be cancelled at any time, you know, once it's booked up and a child is registered for it, they will be able to stay on it until their parents cancel. So if you don't move fast, if it's full, that is it. I have thoroughly enjoyed sharing these tips with you. Please remember to share the video. If you haven't subscribed to the Geek School YouTube channel, why? Please turn on that bell for the notifications so that you know when a video is coming out. And of course, you know, share this with other people, because this type of information just isn't out there in the way that parents need to access. So share it with other parents, and let's make the world a better place. All right then, bye.
Collins, I be